Hello, you good-looking guy, you. Hello, you beautiful person, you. How are you? Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and if you haven't already, I would like to invite you to do that. It's real easy. All you need to do is hit that little subscribe button down here in the right-hand corner, and then the little black bell notification. What that will do is it will let you know whenever there's a new video coming out starring me and other people, but for right now, me. So, with no further ado, let's get started. Jesse, what are you going to talk about tonight? Well, I'm going to talk about something that every relationship wants to talk about, but doesn't know how to talk about. Fair fighting. What do you mean fair fighting, Jesse? Fair fighting. Did I just see you recoil in your chair? Don't worry. It's okay. I'm going to walk you through this. I also just want to tell you that there is no right or way to do this. It is going to be taking some of the tips and tricks that I'm going to tell you about tonight and then coming up with your own ad hoc way to do it. Every relationship is unique, and you've got to apply your own ways of communicating with your partner, your spouse, your wife. Okay? So, with no further ado, let's get started. Fair fighting. What is that? Fair fighting is this. It is coming to the commitment of having a conversation, hearing each other, hearing your feelings, and then talking about how they affected you. But not only that, this is what's most important for you men, is leading, taking responsibility for your actions, and then coming up with a solution. How do you do that? How do you do that? So here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. You will set the rules and the boundaries. You'll both come to an agreement on it. The rules and the boundaries can look like this. Number 1, do not threaten divorce or to leave or to break up unless it's extenuating circumstances and there's violence or harassment. For that, I want to encourage you, if it's serious, contact 911 or your local help place, your local place that will help you in a situation that could be like that. If you have committed both together, which I'm presuming you are, do not threaten to leave, divorce, break up. Why? Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to create a safe container for which to talk about anything and everything. And if you haven't already done that, or you've done scraps of that, this thing that you do when you threaten to leave doesn't do that. It takes away, as a man, this will take away your wife's trust in you. It will eliminate the safety that she feels in the relationship with you. I've done it. I'm not proud of it, but I've learned firsthand what that looks like, and I've found the resolution. Number 2, do not compare yourself to other relationships. Why is that important? Do not compare yourself to other relationships, because your relationship runs autonomous to every other relationship out there. Well, it should, but it runs separately. It's not like any other relationship. It has its own unique idiosyncrasies, okay? Its own unique ways of communicating, your own little language of intimacy. Number 3, do not bring any other argument into this argument, okay? Why? Because you bring other arguments as ammo from previous conversations that you've had that are unresolved or resolved for that matter. All you're doing is convoluting the situation. You're not creating the safety of which you want. And you're also just making this even more unfair, and you're burying yourself deeper. Don't do that, okay? Number 4 is just as important as these 3. First, it is ask your spouse ask your spouse if they are open to receiving you. Okay? You have an issue and you want them to be, but you want them to be able to receive you. You want to talk about it, okay? If they're not, this is very important. If they're not, don't force it, but come to a point, an agreement where you can talk about it. Be specific on the time. Okay, if not now, is 3 o'clock going to work for you? I know you have this, this, and this to do. Will that work? Yes, okay. And then be there. Be there. Be there on the couch. Be there at the table. Be there in the bedroom. And be punctual. Because your punctuality and both of your dedication to doing this is going to help. Okay, I promise you, it'll help. Okay, what are the other things? What are the other things, Jesse? What are the other things we need to do? Okay, well, when you commit to doing these things and you've set the boundaries, as a man especially, and you have an issue, or your wife for that matter has an issue, you want to ask them to listen. You're going to ask them to listen. I am going to talk about what I need to talk about, and I need you to listen. I'm going to give you just as much time at the end, trust me, just as much time at the end to go through this, to talk about how you feel about this, and I'm going to listen to you. I need you to listen without interrupting me. I need you to listen without getting angry and getting involved and making this more about something that it doesn't have to be. Okay? So you're going to do that. The next thing you're going to do, the very next thing you're going to do after that is you are going to, what do you think you're going to do? What do you think you're going to do? You're going to state the issue. Let's get to it, right? Like, state the issue. This is my problem. If you're a man, you're going to be leading this, okay? You are going to be leading this. You're going to be assertive, but you're going to be soft, okay? You're going to be assertive. You're going to stand in your light. She's going to stand in her light too. But you're going to be assertive and soft, and you're going to state what the issue is, okay? The next thing you're going to do after that is, this is the issue. I realize my involvement. I take full responsibility for what I've said. And I take the ownership for that, okay? I know some of the things that I said were toxic, and I didn't like them either. And they don't feel good in my heart. So I need you to know that, okay? So after you've done that, you are gonna what? Okay? You are gonna what? You are going to have a solution in mind. And for you guys out there, for you men out there, this is very important. This is very important. And you know what? In some cases, in some same-sex couples, this will work for you too. There is always an alpha. There is always somebody that leads more than the other. And I know, I'm not comparing. I'm not saying this works in every heterosexual relationship or this works in every same-sex relationship. But this template that I'm giving you in these tips and tricks will work, okay? If you are the one that leads more, okay? And that is something that I need you to know. Have a solution in mind. Have a solution in mind. You were already prepped coming into this conversation, weren't you? You had an issue. You took ownership for what you did. You took ownership for what you said. You still have your feelings and you can still do that. Now, the last part of this is you are going to lead the solution. You are going to lead the solution. Okay? This is the thing that you have in mind. And I want you to be open as well. I want you to be open as well for your spouse, your wife, to be a part of it, to co-lead, okay? But be the one proactive first out of the box to do this. This helps create the structure This adds to the safety. This adds to the safe container for your new template for which to fair fight. Okay? To have a fair argument. I know this is icky. I know this is going to trigger some of you out there. And I'm ready for you. Okay? And some of you might have some more questions. Some of you might have some comments. Some of you might not like what I've said. And that's okay. That is okay by me. Some of you are going to love what I've said. And you're going to try it. And I invite you to try it. I really do. Because it has helped me so much to be able to provide some sort of structure going into this fair fight, this fair argument, so that when we come out on the other end, we both feel good about it. And you know what? It's not going to happen the first time. It didn't happen the first time for me. Trust me. It took a couple of years. In some cases, with some arguments, some issues, it took maybe a few hours. It's going to differ in every relationship. But make no mistake. Make no mistake. This does work with your commitment and with your intent to love and resolve. And you're loving yourself because you're going to speak your truth. You are coming to your spouse, your wife, with the intent to be heard, to be respected, to try and resolve it. And that is love that you have for you. That is self-love, number one. Number two, you are loving them too, because you want them to be a part of this resolve. So they learn and they remember, in some cases, how to do that with you. Because sometimes they already know how to do it. You need to lead them there. You need to remember how to do it. I needed to remember how to do it. It took me a while, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. My friends, there is no right or wrong way to learn how to do this. You're going to make mistakes. You are going to make little mistakes trying to be perfect-er. And that is okay. That is all right. Okay. Tell me what you think about this video. I really want to know. Tell me how you feel about it. Write your comments below. And hey, you know what? This is a two-way street. Maybe you have some things to offer me to add to this template for fair fighting. Okay? I will sign off. Love to you all. Thank you for tuning into my channel. And until the next one, adieu.